Hello, readers by eyes and by ears. This is Marty Chan, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guess what, you guys? I am providing you all with another update. Why? Because, well, I just like to keep you guys up to date on what's going on my channel, or what's going to be going on, or what can potentially be going on based on feedback or things that I'm thinking about doing or not doing. So, for those of you who have been around for a little bit, which I haven't been here for a little bit, so for those of you who were here for the last update I provided on my channel, you all know that there was something that you were all very involved in, and it involved danmei with the 4-letter word, smut. So in that video, I had asked you all for your personal thoughts on the questions that I presented to you. And thank you all so much who gave your input. I really, really appreciate it. And the question, for those of you who are just coming on here, was basically me asking everyone, as far as the books on smut is concerned, if I should maybe just skip them while reading on my YouTube channel, or if I should maybe change up some of the words. That way there wasn't really a fear of the videos being removed because they didn't meet YouTube guidelines. And I know that there are several YouTubers who actually do this. They'll change some of the author's words so that they can keep reading without that fear. And so, thank you all for your input. I really appreciate those of you especially who were like, I don't care what you do, just do what you're comfortable with. Whether you skip it, you read it plain, you read it altered, it is what it is. And even the person who was like, I think it's a disservice if you do either of those things, skipping up the words or skipping past it. Of course, at the end of the day, I am always going to do what I feel comfortable with ultimately. But I want to say that my uncomfortability with reading smut, I think, was less about me being uncomfortable reading it and me how I like to be in character, and like, okay, I would be in character while reading people having sex. Kind of weird, uncomfortable, and more so about the fact that it's something I've never done before. Kind of uncomfortable. I've never read smut out loud. I've never read erotica. It's just uncomfortable because it's new. But I still want to enjoy many stories with you. And I know that a lot of times there are going to be stories that I have not read. There's a lot of danmei I haven't read that I don't even know whether or not it has smut. And it's not always easy to find out that information. And so I have come to a decision that I hope you all will be satisfied with. But if not, well, that kind of sucks, but oh well. So here's the deal. I am going to read danmei with smut, but not on my YouTube channel. Let me rephrase that. I am going to read those books on my YouTube channel, but you will not get the smut. But that is not to say that the smut won't be provided. It will be on my Patreon, which is currently in the works. It's not all the way set up, so don't go looking for the Marty Chan, but I'll let you guys know when that's actually up. And again, this is something that's happening in the future, not anything happening right now, because we're reading Peerless and then we're reading Guardian, and we'll see what's next after that. I'll try to find something else that doesn't have smut so we can continue reading. But anyway, to make sure that I can stay most authentic to what the author and the translator have put into their work, the hard work and effort that they put in can still be cherished by myself and the readers, I am going to read the smut chapters, smut moments on my Patreon. So basically, on the YouTube channel, what will happen is, if I'm reading a chapter and let's say, boom, the smut comes up, you're just going to hear an alert from me letting you know, hi everyone, this is Marty Chan, and I just want to let you know that right now there is a smut scene from pages yada 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 to blah 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 blah. And I'm not reading it. If you want to listen to it, you can go over to my Patreon and subscribe, blah blah blah. And then there will be a small little pause, and then I will resume reading. And that little pause, that little break is really just to give you all time if you want to pause your video to go over to, the Patreon and listen to it. But that is how that's going to go. The smut will be edited out of the videos put on YouTube, but everything will just run completely smooth on Patreon. So the next thing that I want to say about this whole decision that I've made is that while you will have access to the smut, it is not going to be free. Is it going to be expensive? Absolutely not. It's only going to be $3 a month. And here's why I'm even charging for anything, which I'm not the first person to have done this, or the first website, I'll say, because there are sites like Foxaholic and I think Chrysanthemum Garden, but some other ones that I can't think of at this exact moment, that will charge you to read the smut or charge you to read more chapters after you've gotten so many chapters for free. Here's why the Patreon is going to be $3 a month. Reading smut is a form of me expending myself. When I read these books to you, do they require energy? Absolutely, they do. But not as much as some of you may think. And there isn't really a lot of editing that goes into the process, because I pretty much, anytime I make a mistake, I usually pause right there, rewind, and then fix it then. I'm not reading all the way through and then going back to fix any mistakes and errors and all that blah, 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 blah. It's just me talking out loud and then putting the video on iMovie and putting it on YouTube. And that's the end of that. Of course, I listen to it, but I still don't really think that's much of anything either. But for reading sex, I feel like I'm being vulnerable with you guys in a new way. That is a way I would not be vulnerable with, well, anyone. I mean, of course, obviously outside of with my husband and like talking to my best friend about sex. Me being in character, maybe somewhat moaning-ish or moaning adjacent, and saying those intimate words that the authors write out, that is a new level of vulnerability and intimacy that I would be sharing with you all, that I just feel like should not come free. And I'm hoping that you all can understand that, but if not, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I think $3 a month is pretty decent for what I'm doing. Aside from that, what I also will be doing is, I haven't decided on times and all stuff like that, because again, we're not there yet. But I've decided that two times out of the month, I will actually go live and read with you all. So that will leave more room for us to engage with each other and, you know, chat amongst yourselves, but also chat with me and maybe even ask questions if you have any. It allows us to communicate with each other more, which I think would be really, really cool, because sometimes you guys say some really nice stuff or some really cool things in the comments, and I think it would be awesome to actually interact with you rather than typing a reply out. So for the $3 a month, you are paying for the smut and 2 live sessions that will either be like 2 hours or 2.5 hours. That I have not decided yet, and we're not even there yet, but I at least wanted to give you all the update on what's going to be happening on my channel / what's going to be happening off my channel, if you will. With my Patreon coming into existence soon, for now it's limited to, okay, I'm reading the books that have smut and we go live twice a month. Will there be other things? Will there be more tiers? At this current moment, I'm not sure. Why? Because I'm juggling between my regular watercolor moderator job, but also terracotta moderator operations job that are done at different times, and school, which ends basically at the end of this year, and my YouTube channel. And then things that I do for myself, like my watercolor painting, going to visit my godson, spending time with my husband, having a life, basically. And so I would love, love, love you guys to comment what are some potential things you may like to see on the Patreon that feels more different than being on a YouTube channel. They may not happen right away. Some things may not happen at all. Some things may develop over time. But yeah, I would love to hear you guys' feedback just about this entire update in general. I know some of you may be happy about it. Some of you may be sad about it. Happy because originally it was like no smut, and now there's a potential for smut. You just got to go somewhere else. Sad because, oh no, I have to pay $3. But whether you agree or disagree, you can totally put in the comments. I'm cool with that. You know, we live in a world where it's okay to have difference in opinion, difference in thoughts. So now I just feel like I'm rambling. So I'm going to shut up and let you guys go about your day after you type your comments in, if you want to leave a comment. I'll see you all for the next video upload for Peerless. So, well, einnehmen.